The following presentation was recorded in front of a live audience at the River Center in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Please help me welcome Dayna Steele. Dayna?
You know, the fire marshal's having an absolute conniption right now. That was great. I love that. I took my stepson to a concert a couple of years ago, and I was like, what are they holding up? And he looked at me and he went, cell phones. And I went, really? What happened to the lighters? He goes, what would you need a lighter for? Okay, never mind. Cell phones. I'm going with that one. Thank you so much for having me out here today. Thanks to all of you guys from coming in from all over the country for this great event. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. As long as I can remember, I wanted to be a rock star. I was going to be wildly successful at something. There were a few things holding me back, though. Can't sing, can't dance, can't play a musical instrument. Okay, I wasn't going to let that hold me back. I was going to find something. So when it finally was time for me to go off to college, I said, you know what? I'm going to be a doctor. How hard can that be? That sounds like rock star. What do? I'm a doctor. So I went off to the family alma mater. For those of you not from Texas, find someone who is from Texas and they will explain that later on. I am just very proud to say that no matter where I speak in this world, there is always a whoop for Texas A&M. Again, it's a long story. I heard one down here. Went off to A&M, managed to change my major and my living arrangements every semester so my parents could figure out exactly what kind of rock star I was going to be. Then I went to a party in Bryan. Now, Bryan is like the bigger city next door to College Station, and a DJ from Bryan came to a college party. Now, let's face it, when a DJ from Bryan comes to a college party in College Station, that was like the biggest star I'd ever met. And I wanted to go out with this guy. And he was making fun of the new student radio station, daring people to audition. So I did. I thought, well, if I audition for the radio station, he'll ask me out. He never asked me out, but for the next 22 years, I was on the radio. And by the way, that's the part where I used to say, and I don't have any idea what happened to Jeff Lowe. I'm here to tell you that if you're 82 years old, I don't care. Your old boyfriend will find you on Facebook. Hey, I hear you were talking about me at a speech today. Sure enough, it was him. But the minute I sat down and put on those headphones, I knew I was home. I knew I had found my passion. I would work 24/7. I would sweep floors. I think they gave me a full-time job at the radio station just so I would go away every once in a while. I would file records. For those of you under 30, they're about this big. Here. I'll show you a picture. That's what they look like. Every once in a while they skip. That's kind of like your iPod losing power. But that was a record. I would do anything it took to be at the radio station. And for the next 22 years, it's what I did. And I had a great ride. And I had the opportunity to be around some of the biggest rock stars of all time. Mick Jagger, the Rolling Stones, Van Halen, Sammy Hagar, ZZ Top, Def Leppard. And I really started to watch these bands. And I noticed they all had something in common. And since that time, through my entire career, radio, television, business, I've noticed that the rock stars in any business share these 4 rock star principles. The first one is passion. You've got to follow your passion. Let's face it, you're not going to always sell a concert ticket. The record you record is not going to always be a hit. You got to follow that passion. But what makes successful people successful is they also follow the passions of others and appreciation. Once you have that strong stage, you can do anything. Before I leave today, I do want to leave you with some of my favorite inspirational quotes. Believe in yourself. Life is too short to have anything but delusional notions about yourself. I'm not offended by dumb blonde jokes because I know I'm not dumb and I definitely know I'm not blonde. Ignore the naysayers. I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways not to make a light bulb. There's no such thing as failure. And this one's especially for you because you guys deal in adventure every single day. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing. This is from a woman who was deaf and blind, Helen Keller. Have fun in what you do because that's what you're dealing in, is fun and passion, and you're all doing an amazing job with it. I'll tell you the rest of the story. I became a rock star, at least in my own mind. And the best part about the job is I get to hang out with rock stars like you. Look around. Rock stars like you each and every day. Give yourselves a hand.